శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో NBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ త్వరలో అటానమస్ కాబోతోంది.
2014లో ISO గుర్తింపు, 2015లో రాష్ట్ర ప్రభుత్వంచే A గ్రేడ్, 2016లో NAC A గ్రేడ్, ఇప్పుడు NBA సాధించిన సంస్థ శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Good afternoon, students. So in the last class, we have discussed about the measurement of input offset current as well as input bias current. And now we are going to see how to measure input offset voltage. Measurement of input offset voltage we are going to see now. So coming to the input offset voltage, so by this circuit setup, so we can measure the input offset voltage. So you can observe this is an operational amplifier in which non-inverting terminal, and this is the this is the non-inverting terminal, and this is the inverting terminal. So inverting terminal will be grounded through a resistor 1 ohm, and non-inverting terminal is connected to a potential divider network which is connected to a supply voltages. Here you can see, and here you can see a potential divider network that is with the help of 1 kilo ohm resistor and 1 ohm resistor. And for this op amp we are giving supply voltages plus VCC as well as minus VEE. So as we know that what is the input offset voltage? Whenever two op amp terminals are grounded, then by making two input terminals grounded, if we measure the output voltage must be zero. But practically it may not occur. So the output voltage will not be zero. So to make that output voltage zero, so we are going to apply a small amount of voltage for any one of the input terminal. So that voltage, what we are applying the voltage to make output voltage zero, is nothing but input offset voltage. So now we are going to measure the input offset voltage for this operational amplifier. So for measurement of input offset voltage, we are considering these components and we are going to construct this circuit. And then, so first the op amp dual power supply is adjusted to plus or minus 10 volts, and the pot is adjusted. Here you can see this pot. This is nothing but potentiometer, that is variable resistor, nothing but a variable resistor. So we are going to adjust this variable resistor such that when we are going to adjust this variable resistor, the voltage Vs is going to change. When this Vs is going to change, this Vs will be applied to the input of operational amplifier, and by adjusting this Vs, so we are making the output voltage zero. So then we are going to measure Vs when the output voltage becomes zero. So we are going to measure the Vs with the help of a multimeter. Then that is nothing but the input offset voltage. So for that we have to obtain this Vs. So Vs will be obtained by using this formula you can see here. So Vs is equal to, that is voltage drop across this potentiometer here, is equal to I, the current flowing through these resistors, the two resistors. 1 kilo ohm as well as 1 ohm. So the current flowing through these two resistors are is equal to I, because as we know that the op amp does not draw any current. అందుకనే current, that means this, there will be no current deviation at this point, that is current splitting at this point. So the total current is going to flow through 1 kilo ohm resistor, and as well as it flows through the 1 ohm resistor. So Vs is equal to I into 1 kilo ohm resistor plus I into 1 ohm resistor. So from that, I is equal to, we can write Vs by 1 kilo. So 1 kilo plus 1 is approximately equal to 1 kilo. So we can write I is equal to Vs by 1 kilo, that is 1000. So Vx, we are going to measure the voltage at this point. So Vx may be obtained by, that means the drop across this resistor, one more resistor, I into 1 ohm, that is nothing but Vs by 1000 into 1. So nothing but Vs by 1000. So VIOS is equal to Vs divided by 1000. VIOS is equal to Vx, which is equal to Vs by 1000, which is a small amount of voltage, and it will be in the order of millivolts. So the offset voltage is applied to the non-inverting terminal to get output 0. So this is how we are going to measure the input offset voltage. So by using this circuit, we are going to measure the input offset voltage. Next, by using the same circuit, we are going to measure the PSRR also. As we have discussed that power supply rejection ratio is nothing but it is the ratio of input offset, change in the input offset voltage to the change in the supply voltage, keeping other supply voltage constant. That means from this formula we can say that we are going to adjust the VCC or VE. We are going to adjust the supply voltage, and then we are going to measure the input offset voltage, keeping other voltage constant. So then the change in the supply voltage we are going to note down, as well as change in the VIOS we are going to note down, and again we are going to change. So we are going to take, that means if we change for example, if we can see here as an example. So now supply voltages are, that is VCC and VE at 10 volts, we have discussed now. In the last problem we have discussed that supply voltages are plus or minus 10 volts, VCC is plus 10 volts, and V is equal to minus 10 volts. So keeping here, what is PSRR? So you can see we are keeping VEE constant. That means we are keeping minus 10 volts as a constant, and we are going to change VCC. So we are going to change VCC is, up to now the VCC is plus 10 volts. Now we are going to change it to 9 volts, and that means we have decreased the voltage to 9 volts. We have decreased the voltage to 9 volts. Now Vs is adjusted. As you know that this Vs is going to be adjusted. So by using this pot, we are going to adjust the Vs such that output voltage becomes 0. Then we are going to note down VIOS1. So that value will be noted as input offset voltage as VIOS1. Then again we are going to change the supply voltage, keeping minus VE constant, that says that VAE is minus 10 volts only, and we are going to change plus VCC to 11 volts. Nothing but we are going to increase the value from 10 volts to 11 volts. So we are going to take two values here, VCC plus 9 volts and VCC plus 11 volts. And again we are going to adjust Vs by using the potentiometer, and then we are going to note down the VIOS2, that is input offset voltage 2. So we are going to take the difference between those two input offset voltages as well as the difference between supply voltages. VIOS2 is the input offset voltage when VCC is 11, and VIOS1 is the input offset voltage when VCC is 9. So VIOS2 minus VIOS1 divided by 11 minus 9. So here you can obtain that VIOS2 minus VIOS1 by divided by 2. So this value can be VIOS1 and VIOS2 can be measured with the help of a multimeter. If we measure this, we can note down the value of, and that means we can calculate the value of PSRR also. So in this way, we are going to calculate the value of PSRR also. So this is how we are going to calculate the value of PSRR as well as input offset voltage. And next, we are going to measure the parameter that is open loop voltage gain. So as we have studied in the last classes, that is the open loop voltage gain is equal to is the ratio of output voltage to the differential voltage. So see here, you can observe that our open loop voltage gain is equal to V naught by Vd. Vd is nothing but input voltage, that is the differential voltage, that is nothing but difference between two input voltages, that is V1 minus V2. So AOL is equal to V naught by Vd. So it is the ratio of signal output voltage to the input differential voltage. So see here, so this is the uh, input voltage what we are. So this is a circuit we are going to consider to measure the open loop voltage gain. So how we are going to measure this open loop voltage gain? First we are going to measure the output voltage and then we are going to measure the input voltage. Here we are going to consider the input voltage V in at this terminal. So V in at this terminal. So V naught by V in will give the open loop voltage gain. So for that we are going to use an operational amplifier, output load resistor, and the input non-inverting terminal is connected to a potential divider network and a pot. So in which we have used in the previous measurement, that is input offset voltage measurement for making input output voltage to zero. So offset null, making offset null, this circuit is used, and then we are going to apply our signal. Whatever the signal we are going to apply, we are going to apply through an attenuator. So first, the source signal, the signal will be given to an attenuator, which is attenuated by 40 dB. That is reduced by 1 by 100 before applying to the inverting terminal. So the output voltage is compensated. This is nothing but the compensated circuit. So the output voltage is compensated. That means we are making output voltage zero when two input terminals are grounded by giving a small amount of input voltage. So that is input offset voltage, as we have studied that. So now the voltage at node X is measured. Now up to now we have doesn't given any input signal. Then afterwards, after adjusting this, after compensating, so we are going to apply the voltage at X through an attenuator. Then we are going to measure that voltage at X with the help of a multimeter. So that will be taken as V in. With the help of multimeter, we are going to measure the voltage at X node and with respect to the ground. So and we are going to measure the output voltage at the same time. So where if we know the output voltage and the input voltage, that is the voltage at X node, then we can measure the open loop voltage gain, AOL. So this is how we are going to calculate the open loop voltage gain. That means how we are going to measure the open loop voltage gain. Next, measurement of CMRR. So coming to the measurement of CMRR. CMRR means, as we have studied, that common mode rejection ratio. So it is the ratio of differential gain to the common mode gain, as we have studied in our first chapter during derivation in the differential amplifier. So the differential voltage is obtained by Vd is equal to Vb minus Va. Why we are telling that Vd is equal to Vb minus Va? So here we have taken an op amp and it is a closed loop configuration. You can see. So closed loop means nothing but we are giving a feedback from output to the input through a resistor. So then it is said to be a closed loop operation. So here we are going to consider inverting input terminal as node A and non-inverting input terminal is connected to node B. So because of this, so the differential voltage is given by VB minus VA, the difference between the voltages at these two nodes. So AD is equal to, we know that the ratio of output voltage to the input voltage. So now by keeping this aside, and we are going to calculate the voltage, that is voltage drop at node B. So VB is equal to, from this equation we can write that VB is equal to Vs into RF, Vs into RF divided by that resistance in this path. So R1 plus RF. Voltage at node B is given by the supply voltage into opposite resistance, that is RF divided by total resistance in this path, in this path, that is R1 plus RF. So similarly, VA can be calculated by grounding the output terminal and by grounding the R1 resistor. So when we are calculating this voltage at node B, we are making ground this terminal. And when we are calculating this, so we are making ground. VA can be calculated by grounding the output terminal and by grounding the R1 resistor. Output terminal, we are making output terminal grounded and R1 resistor should be grounded. So we not grounding. So VB, we have obtained VB directly, but for calculating this VA, so first of all, we are having two possibilities here. We have to keep in that mind. We must do two calculations here. So VA with respect to the feedback and VA with respect to the input signal. Nothing but VA voltage at node A with respect to the input signal and voltage at node A with respect to the feedback signal. So now we are going to see that. So VA can be calculated by grounding the output terminal. So by grounding the output terminal, that means we are making ground this terminal and we are going to calculate the VA. That is one case. And another case is by grounding the resistor, R1 resistor. So by grounding this R1 resistor, this resistor, keep this mind, this resistor, by grounding this resistor, and VA is calculated because for VA there will be, you can see the two supply voltages are connected. So one is Vs and another one is the feedback voltage. Because of that, so we are going to have two formulas for that. So first we are making V naught grounding. So that means first we are making this terminal to be grounded. V naught grounding, we have VA1 is equal to, we are going to consider when V naught is grounded, we are going to consider it as VA1. So VA1 is equal to, so when we are grounding this V naught, we are having this terminal. VS is, we are having VS. So VS into opposite resistance, that is RF divided by total resistance in this path, R1 plus RF. So that is what? VS into RF divided by R1 plus RF. So VS source voltage into RF opposite resistance divided by total resistance in this path. VS into RF divided by RF, R1 plus RF. So that is the equation number 2. Next, we are making R1 to be grounded. So we are making this R1 terminal to be grounded. So here, this we are making this outside, taking this outside, and we are making this terminal to be grounded. Now, when this terminal is grounded, then VS is not applied to VA. So VS is not applied to the VA. Then V0 will be applied to the V0. That is the feedback. Feedback voltage will be applied to the operational amplifier at node A. So you can see here that VA2 is equal to V0 into R1. That is V0 is the voltage source here. V0 into the opposite resistance, that is R1 divided by the total resistance in this path up to ground. So R1 plus RF. So that is what equation. VA2 is equal to V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus RF. 2 and 3 equations. So total VA is equal to VA1 plus VA2. That means VA is nothing but voltage due to input voltage source as well as voltage due to feedback. So we are going to add these two equations, that is equation 2 and equation 3. So we have obtained VA. So from the formula we know that differential voltage is equal to VB minus VA. So as we have written the formula for VB as well as we have written the formula for VA, so we are substituting that. So VD is equal to VB minus VA. So we are going to cancel, these two will be cancelled, and finally by solving that, so we are going to get VD is equal to minus V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus RF. So then V0 by VD, we are going to bring this VD to this side, and we are going to bring this R1 by R1 plus RF parameter to this side. So V0 by VD is equal to minus R1 plus RF by R1. Here we can see that also can be written as minus of 1 plus Rf by R1, that is equal to AD. V naught by Vd is equal to AD. So AD is equal to minus 1 plus Rf by R1. So it is nothing but minus of 1 plus Rf by R1. So this indicates that that gain will be having a phase shift. So here the common signal is applied. Here the common signal is applied to both the inputs of an op amp. Hence AC is measured by, so this is AD. And if you want to measure AC, so as we know that CMRR is nothing but as we know that the CMRR is nothing but the ratio of common mode differential gain to the common mode gain. So differential gain to the common mode gain, you know that. So we have found the differential gain, and now we are going to see how to measure the common mode gain. So here, if you know the value of RF and R1, we can measure the AD value. So now we have to find the value of AC. So AC is equal to, you know that, V naught by VC. So V naught by Vs, nothing but here the common signal is applied to both the inputs of an op amp. Hence AC is measured by V naught by Vs. So V naught by Vs, nothing but output voltage divided by input voltage, that is the input signal voltage. So output voltage and input voltage can be measured with the help of a multimeter, and we are going to measure the value of AC. So if you know the value of AD and AC, then we can calculate the CMRR. So one thing in the mind, when you are doing AD, when you are measuring AD, you have to do the procedure what I have said here. And when you are measuring AC, so you have to give the same signal to the two inputs, and we have to measure the input signal voltage as well as the output signal. So you know that AC is equal to V naught by Vs. V naught will be very small when compared to the Vs. So Vs is V naught will be around in the, millivolts. V naught will be in the order of millivolts, whereas Vs is in the order of volts. Millivolts divided by volts will give a small amount of voltage, small amount of gain. That is, the common mode gain will be very, 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 very small. You can see that. Whereas the differential gain, you can see that the differential gain depends upon Rf by R1, and Rf will be having higher value. So R1 plus Rf divided by R1. So R1 plus RF is around, let us say RF is 10 kilo ohm and R1 is 1 kilo ohm. 10 plus 1 becomes approximately equal to 10 by 1, which is equal to 10 kilo ohms. So that means 10 kilo, 10. You can see the gain 10 kilo, that is 10,000. The gain is 10,000. So here you can observe that when compared with the AC, AD will be very, 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 very more. And when AD is more, then we can say that the CMRR will be very high. When CMRR is very high, we can say that the op amp performs better. The op amp will be having better performance. So this is how we are going to measure the CMRR. So next, measurement of input resistance. Next, measurement of differential input resistance. So the differential input resistance is the, what is the differential input resistance? The differential input resistance is the equivalent resistance measured at any one of the input terminals of op amp while other terminals is grounded. So we are going to measure the input resistance making another input terminal to be grounded, and we are going to measure the input resistance at any one of the input terminal and another input terminal to be grounded. So we are going to consider this circuit for measuring the input resistance for a differential, that is for an operational amplifier. So for that, so we're going to take an op amp and we're going to connect two resistances, R and R, which are equal resistances. We are going to connect to the two input terminals, as well as we are going to calculate the output voltage here, V naught. So this is nothing but the op amp. This is nothing but op amp, practical op amp diagram, as we have seen in the last class. That is so here you can see that here equivalent circuit for an op amp. So by using that equivalent circuit of an op amp, so now we are going to measure the we are going to measure it we are going to measure the input resistance. We're going to measure the input resistance. So here you can see the applied voltage is Vi. The applied voltage is Vi, and the voltage at the input terminals, the voltage drop between the input terminals is Va. You have to observe this one thing, and the voltage at the output will be Vb, which is also equal to V naught. So so we are going to consider this circuit, and we are going to measure the input resistance. So first of all, if R is equal to 0, so if input resistance, that what we have considered here, two resistances, is equal to 0, then output voltage is equal to AOL into VI, nothing but whatever the input voltage we have applied, that will be the, if R is 0, then VI is equal to VA. If R is 0, then VI is equal to VA. So if VI is equal to VA, then we can write the output voltage is equal to AOL into VI. That is what we are going to write here. So now we are going to consider the resistance R, and we are going to calculate the value of VA. How this R is going to affect, and how it is going to provide the output voltage VA. So see here, VA. So VA is equal to, so voltage at this node we are going to measure. VA is equal to some source voltage into opposite resistance. That is the opposite resistance to this source voltage is nothing but Ri into the total resistance in this path, R plus Ri plus R. So that's what we are going to write here. So R plus R is 2R plus Ri. So VA is equal to VA into Ri, voltage division rule. Nothing but this is a voltage division rule. So VA is equal to VA into Ri divided by 2R plus Ri. So with the help of this, we are going to consider, when we are going to measure this VA, we are going to consider it as output voltage V naught dash, which is equal to AOL into VA, which is equal to AOL into VI into RI divided by 2R plus RI. That equation number 2 that we are giving, equation number 2. And next, we know that VI is equal to V naught by AOL from this equation. From equation number 1, we are going to write that VI is equal to V naught by AOL. VI is equal to V naught by AOL. So in the place of Vi, we are going to replace, in the equation 2, we are going to replace Vi with V naught by AOL. So V naught dash is equal to V naught by AOL into Ri divided by 2R plus Ri. So AOL and AOL will get cancel, and we are getting that V naught into Ri divided by 2R plus Ri. So now V naught dash. We are bringing this 2R plus Ri into left hand side. So 2R plus Ri into V naught dash is equal to V naught into Ri. So we are solving, by solving this equation, we are going to get the input resistance Ri. So Ri is equal to 2R into V naught dash divided by V naught minus V naught dash. So from this equation, we can say that Ri is going to depend upon the output voltages. You can see here the output voltages, when we are not considering the output voltage, when we are considering that R value as 0, and the output voltage when R value is present, when R is 0 and when R value is present. When R is 0, it is taken as V naught, and when R is present, it is measured as V naught dash. If we measure these two voltages, then we can measure the value of resistance. You know that. So see here, Ri is equal to 2 into R. So R value, if let us consider, if R value is 1 kilo ohm, then V naught dash into V naught dash, nothing but 2 into 1 kilo ohm. That Ri is 2 kilo ohms here, into V naught dash divided by V naught minus V naught dash. So when resistance is not present, V naught will be high. When resistance is present, when resistance is not present, V naught will be low, and when resistance is present, V naught will be high. So because of that, uh, we will get a high resistance value. Because of that, we will get a high resistance value. Thus, for constant input voltages, the input resistance is measured by considering the output voltage with and without R. So this is how we are going to measure the input resistance using this circuit for an operational amplifier. And next we are going to consider we are going to discuss about the measurement of output resistance. So when we are considering this measurement of output resistance, you can see here the output resistance is measured between the output terminals and the ground. So we are going to measure the output resistance between output terminals and the ground. So we are going to consider the op amp. We are going to consider this practical op amp. So see here, and we are going to by using this we are going to measure the output resistance. For measuring this output resistance, so we are going to consider this circuit. So this in this circuit you can see this this is a op amp, you know that, and we are going to connect a switch and a load resistor RL. So with the help of this switch we are going to measure the output resistance. So when switch is open, RL is infinity. You know that when switch is open, that is open circuit voltage, which is infinity. That open circuit voltage will be infinity. As you know that the open circuit voltage will be infinity. So by using by that V naught is equal to, we know that V naught is equal to AOL into VI. So AOL is equal to output voltage divided by input voltage. That is here nothing but input voltage is VI. When switch S is closed, RL gets connected. Now the when switch is closed, when this switch is closed, RL is connected to this circuit. Then our output voltage will depends upon this RL. That is nothing but V naught is equal to AOL into VI into RL divided by R naught plus RL. So nothing but the V naught is equal to AOL into VI, this AOL into VI into RL, opposite resistance divided by the total resistance in this path, that is R naught plus RL. So we are bringing this VI to left hand side. V naught by VI is equal to AOL into RL divided by R naught plus RL. So AOL into RL divided by R naught plus RL, keeping this as equation number 1. Let uh, closed loop voltage gain. So let AOL dash, we are going to consider AOL dash as a closed loop voltage gain. So closed loop voltage gain is equal to AOL into RL divided by R naught plus RL. So here V naught by VI we are going to consider as AOL dash. So which is nothing but a closed loop voltage gain. So then the equation becomes AOL dash is equal to V naught by VI. We can write AOL into RL is equal to, so this is AOL into, so from this equation we can write AOL into, we can write VOL into RL is equal to AOL dash into R naught plus RL. AOL into RL is equal to AOL dash. Nothing but here you can see we are using this equation and we are going to write in this form. So AOL into RL is equal to AOL dash into R naught plus RL. So AOL into RL is equal to AOL dash into R naught plus AOL dash into RL. So this equation we are going to solve this equation. So AOL into RL is equal minus. So by solving this equation, we can obtain the value of output resistance R naught. So which is going to depend upon open loop voltage gain and closed loop voltage gain minus 1 divided, minus 1 into RL. So when switch S is open, we are going to calculate open loop voltage gain. When switch S is closed, we are going to calculate closed loop gain. So if we measure the AOL and AOL dash, so we can measure the value of R naught. So this is how we are going to measure the value of RL, input output resistance for an operational amplifier. Thank you.